Welcome back. Just minutes ago, actress Amber Heard took to the stand in the explosive trial pitting her against her ex-husband, Hollywood superstar Johnny Depp. Depp is suing Heard for defamation, saying that he lost $50 million in earnings when she wrote an article that accused him of abuse during their marriage. Well, during cross-examination Wednesday, one of Heard's witnesses, a forensic psychologist, admitted that Heard has also been violent and abusive to Depp during the marriage. CNN's Alexandra Field is following the developments and joins us now from New York. Good to have you with us. So obviously there's a great deal of interest in this case, and as we can see now, Amber Heard is now taking her turn at testifying. What she said so far and what can we expect?
Yeah, this has really been a long-awaited moment in this trial because we've already heard some 14 days of testimony from 24 witnesses. The majority of them, all but one, have been witnesses that were called by the plaintiffs, Depp's team. Depp's goal in this case was to talk about what he says is the damage that she did to him. But now we're hearing her side of the story, the allegations she is making of abuse from him. So we are going back to the beginning of the couple's relationship right now. Heard was first asked about what the experience of being a part of the trial has been like. She called this some of the most difficult days of her life, one of the most painful and horrible experiences she has had. Of course, she has been sitting there for weeks listening to those who knew the couple, who witnessed their interactions, testifying about intimate and violent moments. She is now being asked about how the relationship started. She detailed how they first met during the casting of the film The Rum Diary. She talks about what started as a friendship, a flirtatious friendship, as she describes it, and then how it transformed into what she calls a whirlwind romance, describing the electricity and the chemistry between the couple. But really, this is the beginning of what I expect will be lengthy testimony where you are going to hear her chronicle instances of what her team says was abuse perpetrated by Depp.
Wow. And as you say, 14 days of testimony so far, including Depp, who's also spoken. But the first witness for Heard's defense team was earlier today, a forensic psychologist. What did she have to say?
Yeah, this is a forensic psychologist who was called as an expert witness who spent some 30 hours evaluating Heard. It was her professional opinion, she testified, that Heard had suffered PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, as a result of intimate partner violence committed by her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. That same witness did today, though, also say on the stand that there were instances where Heard had committed violence against Depp. And this really goes to the nature of so much that we've heard over the course of the trial. People describing various instances where they say one was the perpetrator or that another was a perpetrator, or some trying to characterize one part of the couple as being more violent or less violent toward the other. Heard has denied the allegations against her. Depp has denied the allegations against him, but really some sordid and painful details continuing to be aired throughout the trial.
Yeah, exactly. Good.